который существовал в начале 20 века, там 1910-20 года, тоже мог тогда проползти 100 километров на одной заре.
Yes, I have 2 pigeons. But it wasn't always like that. I got Toby in March of 2020. Our small flock expanded on November of 2021 when I got Bonnie. As you can see, Toby was my only bird for about 2 years, and I heard a lot of, you should get a second pigeon. So, should you get a second pigeon or can you stick with one? Let's think about this together. Before moving on though, I gotta emphasize that pigeons are very social animals and they do need a company. I'm actually serious. Look outside. It's very rare when you would see one pigeon on its own. In most cases, it's probably because its mate is on the nest while this one is looking for food or nesting material to bring back home. Usually though, if you really pay attention, you will see a pair of pigeons walking around, looking for food, minding their own business in the middle of the road, because why not? And if one bird takes off, the other one will follow. It's just me, but I really think it's not only because of the safety reasons, but it is also to stay with their mate. Let me show you. Toby thinks I'm her mate. Oh yes, pigeons mate for life, or until one mate leaves home for a 4-day road trip. Anywhere I go around the apartment, Toby goes with me. Even if it's just a couple of meters. You got it right. I can't do anything without her witnessing me. And if I need a moment of privacy, she will be forcing herself to supervise whatever I'm doing there. As you can tell, if she doesn't see me, she's not at ease. Right now, I can't stress enough that pigeons desperately need company, but I don't think it has to be another bird. It can be a human being. It's just that if you decide to get only one bird, be ready that it will literally become your shadow and will follow you everywhere. Even when you don't want it to. Say, if you're going out to get groceries. So, if you're like me, an extremely outgoing person with a very rich social life, alright, I confess, I love to be home, and I work from home. Perfect. So yeah, if you were like me, one pigeon might be a right choice for you. It was a right choice for me. As far as I can tell, for Toby and I, everything seemed great. I felt that we were enough for each other since you know where to find me. Well then, if so, why did I get the second bird? Toby and I had to move. In the new place, she started to show this weird behavior where she would be trying to jump out of the window. I was talking about this in my previous video where I said that maybe getting another pigeon would solve this issue, but it was only one of the reasons why I got the second bird, and actually not the main one. The main reason was me. Every time I would go out, even if it's just for a few minutes, I'd always feel guilty for leaving Toby alone. I know how difficult it is for her not to see me. And even though it's totally fine to leave your bird alone for short periods of time, like nothing will happen to it. Yep, I'm right behind the door. And yes, it is washroom. As I said before, pigeon mates do separate now and then for a bit when they are on a nesting duty. It's only natural. And yet it was me who was getting in my own head, projecting these feelings of, I went to the store and left Toby alone. What a heartless piece of shit I am, because I left her home alone for the whole 15 minutes. So I was considering getting another pigeon long time before we moved. Not to get her a proper pigeon mate, but a company. And that would calm my human brain down about leaving Toby alone, because she wouldn't be by herself. On top of that, I always wanted to have a classic oriental frill as a pet. But for some reason I couldn't find a breeder that had them in March of 2020. So I decided to go with the homing pigeon, which is another breed of pigeons that I love. So I regret nothing, but the thought of getting an oriental frill stayed on the back of my mind even after I got my beautiful homing pigeon. When we moved and Toby started to show this new behavior of trying to fly away, I thought that the second pigeon may distract her from doing that. And that just served as a catalyst for me to pull the trigger and commit to getting a second bird. Now let's talk about an interesting thing that I noticed when people get a second pet of the same kind, like a second cat, a second bird, or a second dog. Even if things were great in their initial human and pet duo, usually people commit to getting a second animal thinking that their first pet is not living their fullest life for whatever reason and needs a buddy specifically of the same kind. Guess what usually happens when they discover that their first pet couldn't care less about the new addition, or worse, starts acting aggressive towards it and becomes straightforward jealous? What do you think people usually do? They get rid of it. They do that because it turns out that the second animal was not actually needed by anyone in that duo. The problem here is that the person got the second animal not because they themselves wanted it, but because they thought someone else wanted it. See the difference? If I got Bonnie exclusively for Toby and then saw Toby chasing my little bird out and acting not only aggressive toward Bonnie, but also being very jealous to the point that she would sometimes bite me. Nope, I didn't give Bonnie away. It was me who wanted to have the second bird in first place, and I got her for my reasons with the hope that Toby would appreciate the new company, but she didn't, and that's okay. Most people think that pigeons peacefully get along with each other just because. So, by their logic, if I have two pigeons, they would automatically mate, create a family, build a home, buy a car, and travel to different countries twice a year. None of this happened, but they definitely bonded. To me. Both of them. What changed in Toby's behavior? I mean, besides her viciously trying to kill Bonnie and being all jealous at first, over the time, it got back to the way it was before. She would still have some jealous episodes that she never had before I got Bonnie, but all in all, it's pretty much back to our normal. I think the question here should be different. How did my behavior change after getting Toby a company? Funny you ask. I got Bonnie so that I wouldn't feel as guilty about leaving Toby home alone. Instead, for the first couple of months, I was terrified to leave home at all because there was a very high chance that I would find a dead bird on my arrival. But after a long time of my birds can tolerate each other, and now I got a peace of mind about leaving them alone at home and not feeling as guilty, even though things just got back to the way they were before. It's just that at first I had one bird following me around, and now I have two of them doing the exact same thing. You see, there are a lot of people that will tell you, you have to have two pigeons. Or, is it one pigeon you have? Well, you should get it a mate. Don't listen to them, because they either have a false belief that pigeons just get along without a real understanding that they are actually very territorial birds and will fight not only for the nesting spot, but also for their mate. So if you already have one bird that thinks you are the mate, two pigeons may not get along. Mine didn't. It's the same as with humans. Sometimes we just don't like each other. However, if you will get a mated pair, you're not gonna have these issues. You'll have other problems to deal with. There also could be another reason why people will tell you that you should get two birds. It's because they probably think that you're one of those irresponsible pet owners that treat an animal as a furniture. Dust it once a month and it will do. Well, I have very little faith in humans too, but I know you're different because you're still watching this video. So my advice would be, do your research and what do you want? Do you want one pigeon or two? Whatever your decision will be, I know you'll make a right choice, because now you know that pigeons are very social animals and they do need a company, whether it will be you or another pigeon.